Welcome, trendsetters. We are Alicia and Nicole from Positive Image. As salon owners, hairstylists, and business coaches, we're here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of the beauty industry and discover the secrets to creating a thriving salon business. So grab your favorite beverage, cozy up in your salon chair, and let's dive into the world of hair, style, and entrepreneurship together.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Positive Image podcast. I'm Alicia and I am so excited to kick off our summer series, which is all about how to open your own salon. We will primarily talk about right here in Toronto, but also Ontario, Canada, all those good things, because that's where we're from.
Exactly. And I'm sure you can use this to follow along with where you are. You just have to look at what your local requirements are rather than the Toronto. So use this as a loose guide for whatever city, state, province, country you are in. So this is going to be such a good one. Whether you're just starting your dream or you're already looking at spaces, this series is going to walk you through all of the must-do steps. No fluff, just the real info that you need.
So today we're starting with what we believe is the most important part, defining your vision. Before we get into business licenses and payroll, you have to know what kind of salon you're actually building. So this is the fun dreaming stage. We're going to think about all the little pieces of how we want our business to run and consider all of that before we actually start doing the work to create the opening of our business.
I think I see this as like the fun, like you get to daydream, you get to think big, you get to plan out whatever it is that you want. And then if there's some ideas that just don't align, then scrap them. But dream as big as you possibly can, because then you can kind of slowly go in and refine what you want rather than just having a very broad idea. And then once everything has come into place, you have to think about the bigger picture. So it's always better to think big and then kind of rein yourself in a bit more.
Yeah, 100%. You can always go out and then you got to go out before you can come back in.
Yeah.
Don't start small. Start big.
Dream big.
Dream big. So what's your vision? What kind of space are you dreaming of? Who do you want to serve in your space? Is this a luxury boutique or is it laid back and creative, the too cool for school kids? Who are you? Who are you going to be?
Right. And it's okay if your vision is super specific or evolving, but you really have to start thinking about who your target guests are, what your values are, what kind of experience you want to create. Do you want to be an eco salon? Do you want to be a salon that people have to walk in with their hair done? Or do you want to be a salon that people are okay walking out of bed and just coming into your salon to get done? It's really important. So allow yourself to dream and ask yourself, what do you want? The sky is the limit.
So we're going to take all of this daydreaming and write it out because your vision becomes the filter for every decision you make later on. And you're going to make all these little brainstorm bubbles and then group them all together and it'll eventually make sense and you'll cross things off and you'll add more things and it'll be so much more fun than all the other stuff we're going to talk about. So really start to dig into how you want to run your space, what you want it to look like, how you're going to hire, who you're going to hire, what clients you're going to have, all these little things. Let's get specific.
Yeah. And then once you have a clear idea of what you want your business to look like, then you need to start to choose what your business models are. And what this means is, are you having people in to rent your chair? Are your employees going to be on a commission basis? Or do you want a hybrid? Do you want to be the owner and have employees, or do you want kind of a combination of both? And this is one of the biggest decisions that you will make. Things like rentals might seem easier, but then those actually come with their own challenges, especially around consistency, team cultures. Being a boss can seem very scary, but at the same time, you have a little bit more control.
And commission gives you more control, but requires more leadership. Hybrid can work, but it needs to have clear, concise boundaries and systems. And if you're new to leadership, this is something we always say to take seriously because however you were led before or not led, and you see that as things you don't want to do in your space, it doesn't necessarily mean it's black and white to just switch it and do it another way. You really need to think about how your model is going to fit you, not just what others are doing. Never just copy what others are doing because you don't know who they are and what their clients are and what their space is, what their big dream vision is. All these things have to match you. So take into consideration how you want that to be. If you want a bit more of a deep dive into this, we suggest listening to episode 33 for business models and visit episodes 15, 30, and 36 about leadership. So now, once we're starting to get more of an idea, we're going to get into the branding and identity. So beyond logos and colors, it starts with how you want people to feel in your space. Think about your tone, your design, your aesthetic, even how you speak to clients online. That's all branding. It's the emotion that you set and the visual as people's first impression, whether it's online or when they walk in.
And I think that's a really good point because if you are clear right at the beginning is I only want to be booking clients from email and my online booking, you don't have clients getting used to being able to contact you over Instagram or Facebook or text message and stuff like that. You need to start training your clients of how they're going to get a hold of you and the methods that you're using for communication really, really clear right from the beginning because, again, it's so much harder to rein this in and you could potentially lose clients before you've even opened your door if you're not clear about how they are contacting you. So now that you have an idea of your branding, you need an identity, which is what's your name? What's the name of the salon? So you need to make sure that it's not taken. We have seen people invest in signage and websites only to realize that their name was already registered. That would be such a frustrating thing. So you can do a search in the Canadian Business Names Database. I always butcher this name. So, Alicia, can you take this one away?
Nuance?
Nuance. Thank you. So use Nuance if you are Canadian, or even a quick Google search will tell you if the name is taken or not. But do not leave it up to chance. Do a proper search. So you have your name, you have your branding. Now you need to take all of this information and make it really clear and create a business plan. Put it on paper. Your business plan does not have to be a novel, but it does need to exist. You need to know this for startup costs to get an idea of who your client is, what services you'll offer, how you're going to market yourself, and how you're going to make your money. And even if no one sees this but you, this plan, it keeps you grounded and if you're applying for a lease or a loan or anything to do with like a bank, you will need this. They will want to see what your business plan is before they hand you the money that you're asking for.
I'm excited. I don't know why. This just makes me feel excited. Whether you are actually looking to open up your own space, this has been a daydream forever for you, or maybe you're like us and we've had our salons forever and you're kind of just wanting to tweak some things, or maybe what you started with isn't aligned. This is a great episode to just sit down and start dreaming and think about what you do like and what you don't like and what you wrote down in your first business plan. keep all of that and revisit it later on and see if that's still in alignment for you and for your current business and if it makes sense. So that's a wrap on episode 1. Time to do some homework. Go through all these little things. Pause the episode, rewind, whatever you need to do. Start writing out your salon vision. Who are you serving? What makes your space different? All these little details. Dream big. Think outside of the box, inside the box, wherever you want to be. And the next episode, we're digging into the legal side. So registering your business, picking a structure, and getting all the right numbers lined up with the government. It doesn't sound as much fun, but it needs to happen. And don't worry, we promise we'll make it simple. You've got this. Ciao.
Bye.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Take this knowledge and just keep developing yourself. And hey, we want to hear from you too. Join the conversation using our hashtag #PositiveImagePodcast. Share your thoughts, questions, and success stories. Who knows? We might just feature you on an upcoming episode. Don't keep us a secret. Tag your friends too. Want to keep learning? Check out our show notes. Find us on Instagram at hello.positiveimage and be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode filled with inspiration and insights.